It's a very rare, exclusive aspiration. The very advanced soul want to become enlightened. And thousands who try to become enlightened, only few attain. Those who attain, most of them are not capable to become master. They attain enlightenment, but they cannot teach others. They cannot help others. So they remain silent. And this enlightenment phenomena happens mostly at the time of death. If you count 100 enlightened, that also explained to me and made me very clear. Out of 100 enlightened people, real enlightened people, 90% are enlightened at the time of death. So they cannot help, they disappear into existence, they melt into existence, but people don't know about them. Only 10% seekers become enlightened in their lifetime. Out of those 10% who became enlightened in their lifetime, 9 remain silent. They don't want to declare it and they don't want to get any way related with non-enlightened people. Because to relate with non-enlightened person is very difficult for an enlightened one. It's like you getting friendship with a mad person. So 9 remain silent, only one who has so much compassion and love. Out of love and compassion, he speaks, he tries to help. So look at the phenomena. Out of 1,000 who try, only few become enlightened. And those who become enlightened, 90% are at the time of death, so we don't know about them. Only 10% in physical body and in lifetime, and 9 of them remain silent. So very rare few real enlightened beings are known and they come to help humanity. But out of those few who come to help the humanity out of compassion, 9 don't accept disciple, 90% of them. Another thing becomes difficult because they don't want to take responsibility. To make a disciple is a great responsibility. So the rare few who become enlightened and want to help humanity, 90% of them want to help indirectly, not taking the direct responsibility. They want to tell the truth, but they don't want to get involved with you. They don't want to take burden of you. So I will name some master they will understand. In the last century, there were many enlightened people in India. But most of them didn't accept anybody as a disciple. There are always fake enlightened people who are not really enlightened. They will always ready to make good number of disciples because that fulfills their ego. So there are many people who claim that they are enlightened, but they are not really enlightened. They are very eager to make more and more disciples because that fulfills their ego. But real enlightened master knows the responsibility. That is a great responsibility you have to take after making disciple. You have to take his total responsibility on your shoulder. Not only his spiritual growth, but his material well-being also. Because if his material desires, the material condition is not conducive, how can he meditate? If his physical condition are not good, how can he meditate? So your master has to help you even in earning money, in maintaining house. That becomes his responsibility. Otherwise you cannot meditate. So it is a great burden. So out of 10 who want to help, 9 help indirectly. Just they preach, but they don't get involved and don't take any responsibility. I will give you some examples that you will understand. There was a very beautiful master last century, if you have heard the name, Krishnamurti. He was contemporary of Osho. A beautiful person, enlightened person. But he preached lived for long, 90 years, and he had given thousands of discourses, produced more than 55 books, but he never accepted anybody as his disciple. Indirect help. Because he knew that it is a great problem, a complicated problem to make a disciple. Similarly, Raman Maharshi, you might have heard few names. There are hundreds of names, but they are not very popular, so I will name only few. Raman Maharshi, he was another beautiful master who lived in South India. He was available for help, but never accepted, never initiated anybody. Because initiation is a big responsibility, like producing a child. If you make a child, you have to grow him till he becomes an earning member. You have to support him financially, you have to give him shelter. So making a disciple means unless a disciple becomes enlightened, a master has to support him. But that is adulthood. In spirituality, adulthood you become enlightened. It may take lifetime or many lives. The master has to follow you and help you. Unless you become enlightened. Either you drop the master, then he is free. If you don't drop the master, you still trust the master. The master has a bond that he has an agreement, and he has to come and help you. It's an existential agreement. So it is a great responsibility. So a real master don't make disciples very easily. If they come and they make disciples, they make lot of conditioning. So you have fulfilled that condition. So only very few can fulfill the condition. In the East, friend, if you want to become a sannyasi, a disciple sannyasi, you have to remain a celibate in the ashram and serve in the ashram for minimum 12 years. Still, I name few organizations, like it's in Ramakrishna order. If you want to become a Ramakrishna sannyasi, even today, you have to complete the bachelor degree, you have to remain unmarried, and then you have to join the ashram when you are young, and you have to serve for 12 years as a celibate, do the different work, whatever the Guru asks you to do. You have to do 12 years of service. Then you qualify for discipleship. Then only it is not your right that you become disciple. The master will judge whether you are ready, then he will initiate it. Otherwise, you will ask to wait another 12 years. Same in a strong Hare Krishna movement. If you want to become a sannyasi disciple, you have to wait for 12 years. The minimum waiting in Indian school of meditation is minimum is 12 years. And 12 years as a celibate. And you have to serve. And you have to live very minimum. You cannot enjoy things, you cannot keep possession, you cannot have a profession. you cannot make a family, and you have to do hard work. Then you qualify yourself to become a disciple. This condition was laid because after you become disciple, your whole burden comes on the head of the master. So master does not want any Tom, Harry to be made disciple. He makes lot of examination, screening. So friend, I am telling you this because of the compassion I see in Osho. Osho is the only master in the whole history of humanity who accepts disciple just feeling out this simple form. And in this form we have not asked whether you are celibate or not. So never in the human history, Guru was ready to accept a disciple, takes whole responsibility. You know the master-disciple relationship? If you trust your master and you follow his meditation, his advice, and if you don't become enlightened in this life, he has to help you at the time of death, take care of your consciousness, give a right situation, a right place for your next life, that called Bardo, a Tibetan, you might have heard this name. And the next life also from the childhood, he has to care that you are given a right situation, that you grow, meditate. And if in that life also not you become enlightened, he has to wait for the next life. Yes. It is a great bondage. So by becoming disciple, we don't lose anything. We lose our bondage, we lose our ignorance. We have nothing to lose except our madness and ego. We don't have much to lose. But from a master's side, it is a great responsibility. The whole burden comes on his shoulder. We become free. By becoming disciple, we become free. If you can trust your master, you can leave everything from this evening, everything you can surrender, and he has to take care for everything, including your bread. That's my experience, friend. So he has to take care of your house, your bread, your health. If you can surrender, if you can trust, depends upon your trust. So we become free by becoming disciple, and master, he goes into great commitment. The commitment is from master's side. From our side, there is no commitment. From our side, a very simple commitment was asked for, one meditation a day. Only condition, he said, for this sannyas, that you should regularly meditate. That is the only request from master. Osho, that you should regularly meditate, and rest he will take care. If you meditate regularly, your growth is assured, and he will take care of every other thing. If you just organize your life and find out a time for regular meditation. That's the only commitment he asks from you. In this neo-sannyas movement, most of us don't fulfill even that condition. Don't meditate regularly. No. The simple condition, simple request from the master that we should find out 1 hour for our spiritual growth. 23 hours is enough for the market, for the money. 1 hour for our soul. But many of us don't have even that 1 hour for meditation. But still he tried to help, to create a situation that you rearrange your life in such a way that you have an hour for your spiritual growth. So it is a privilege, great privilege to become a disciple.